am making some monkey bread here. I've got butter or margarine that is melted. I've got my Italian seasoning. I'm using minced garlic, but you could use just garlic powder if you wanted. Mike likes it extra garlicky. That's what I'm doing. Now, Parmesan cheese, if you want. I'm out right now. Or mozzarella. We just like the mix of it. Then pepperonis right here. Now, a lot of recipes use a full bag of pepperoni, but you don't need a full 6 ounces. That's a lot of pepperoni. We are frugal guys, so we use half of that amount. Love my butter here. Okay, you can come in, Dave, just...
Estoy aquí, mi familia!
Okay, I was gonna say quietly, but that'll work too. All right, and then chopping my pepperonis in half. Okay, now make sure you break up all your pepperonis that they get totally, oops, some didn't get chopped there. Okay. Thank you for watching our entire video. We are going to give you our Dining on a Dime cookbook ebook volume number 1 free at livingonadime.com. Click on our shop, click on our ebooks, click on Dining on a Dime volume 1, add it to your cart. When you go to checkout, use the coupon code DINING1 and you will get our ebook absolutely free with no obligation and no strings attached. Visit us at livingonadime.com. I've been doing cooking videos all day and I'm exhausted and I needed something quick and easy for dinner. Now we've got our canned biscuits. And then I forgot to add a little bit of olive oil. Now, I do not give out the recipe ingredient measurements because I have it already on my website or in the description below. That way you can just copy it or print it out if you need to, okay? So that is why I do that, but it is in the description below unless I forget. I try not to forget, but sometimes I do, and if I do, please kindly let me know. All right, my oven is ready at 350 degrees. And now I'm cutting my biscuits in quarters. Okay. And then put my biscuits in my bowl, just like so. This together. I've got my 9x13 or bunt pan, whichever you want, very well greased. And I'm going to pour it all in there. Then to make sure everything is separated. If there's any big chunks that didn't get separated, then okay. Oh, yum. Okay, now we're gonna bake this in the oven about, I think about 20 to 25 minutes. I don't know, this is a test recipe, so we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, 350 degrees, I'll let you know the time. Okay, we're gonna serve this with marinara sauce. I do not like the way marinara sauce tastes out of the can. I always add more seasoned salt, more garlic, and more Italian seasoning. But it's a cheap way to get a lot of tomatoes. Okay, probably, normally I do double that amount, but I'll just do the top portion. Putting some marinara sauce in a jar, or in a bowl for dipping. You can warm it up if you want. There's Mr. 80s man. His 80s day at school today. Wow, that's bad when mom and dad are vintage, Jack. That's bad when mom and dad are vintage. All right, here's our pizza pull-apart bread right here. And you can just put a little bit on a bowl. Now, of course, you can add any toppings you want that's normally pizza. You can do black olives, onions, green peppers. You could do Canadian bacon and pineapple, although if you do pineapple, I would definitely make sure that you pat the pineapple a little bit dry so it doesn't make your bread too soggy. But any pizza toppings you want, and then just dip it in the marinara sauce, and there you go, delicious. Do you want a taste test, or do you want Dad to taste test?
You can taste test. I don't know if I want to be on video.
Okay, you don't have to be on video. You can just tell him what you think. What do you think? What is the opinion?
It's good stuff.
Good stuff, Maynard?
Very good stuff.
Yay. All right, here's your after school snack / dinner.
Actually, that was really good.
Really, really good, huh? Easy pull-apart bread, or monkey bread. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime Volume 2. And this is an adaptation of the easy pull-apart bread on page 112. Now, the recipe in the book calls for a bundt pan, but I know that everybody doesn't always have a bundt pan. So I'm gonna show you how I make it. Take a loaf pan, spray the loaf pan with cooking spray. Then, in a zip top bag, I'm gonna put my sugar and my brown sugar. And if you guys don't know how to soften hard brown sugar, I have a video that we did several years back on how to soften brown sugar. It's super easy. So I got my sugar, my brown sugar, and then my cinnamon. Now, I leave these in the zip top bag because then whenever it's time to make pull-apart bread, I just reuse the cinnamon and sugar and just keep adding to it as I reuse the cinnamon and sugar. Okay, so we've got our cinnamon and sugars mixed in there. Next, we're gonna microwave our butter. Then you want to cut it in quarters with either a knife or this little scraper works really well. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a well-greased pan. You're going to take melted butter and dip your pieces in there. And then you're going to put them in the cinnamon and sugar until they're well coated. Shake them around, and then you're just going to put them in your pan. And just stack them around. You want about 2 layers, just like so. If you missed a little bit of cinnamon sugar, just sprinkle it on there. Then you're going to take your leftover butter. You're going to pour it over the top. And if you want, you can sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon sugar. Then I just store this in the refrigerator, and then the next time I use it, I just add a little bit more cinnamon sugar, and I just do that 3 or 4 times, and then I throw it away. All right, now we're going to bake this at 350 degrees. Okay, so this is how you tell when they're done. See how it's kind of jiggly? That's not done in the middle, so we need to go about another 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to turn it around so it gets brown on the other side, because most ovens don't cook evenly, okay? Okay, if your top gets a little brown, but it's not quite done yet, just take a piece of foil and set it over the top and put it in there, and that will keep the top from browning. Now I have one of these instant read thermometers, and I love these for baking because I can always tell for sure my baked goods are done. If your bread is 200 degrees, well, 190 to 200 degrees, then you know the inside of your bread is done. Mine definitely reached that. And there you have perfect monkey bread. I am making banana monkey bread. Oh my goodness, I saw this recipe and I knew I had to use my bananas. I got all these bananas for free. Look at all of these, and I've been eating on them. So I'm looking for banana recipes, and this is one that I'm sure is going to be delicious. My bananas aren't defrosted yet, so I'm going to throw these in the microwave and show you how I defrost them. Okay, so I'm going to take my bananas. Thank you, Erica, AJ, and Haley, for giving me these cute little gnome guys last year. Aren't they so cute? Ah!
Yes, they are.
They love us, and we love them, don't we, dear?
Yep.
There are traveling buds all over the country. Okay, now, here's how you test. Okay, not quite defrosted yet, almost. So we're going to do probably 20 more seconds. Oh, I said 20 seconds, didn't I? Oops. Okay, sorry. Ah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so how you can tell when your bananas are done is see how it's smushy all the way through. There we go. Okay, so now, right here, look at this. This is the coolest thing ever. Just peel it just like so. Whoops. And voila. Now, another way you can do it is you can take the end off like that, and you can just squish it out. Whoops. Okay, well, I think I got it a little too defrosted. When it's semi-defrosted, see how that just squishes out? It'll just squish out, but that's okay. And I forgot to measure my bananas, so now I gotta go back and put it all in the measuring cup again because I was just getting all into it. Okay. So we want 1.5 cups of banana. And, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now I gotta go get another banana. Okay.
Would you like your assistant to go get it for you?
No, because I have one right here in this freezer. We have 4 bananas. We have bananas all over the place now. Okay, so here we go. All right, this one I'm not gonna throw in the measuring cup.
How many seconds now?
About 40. You love me anyway, don't you?
Yep.
In spite of myself?
Yep.
Whew, that's true dedication. But I have nice fingernails, dear. Right?
Ooh, yes you do.
I was rather impressed with myself. Saved myself $198.
Wow, I'm impressed too.
Oh, that's with the original and then a fill after that, but I have enough to do the fill too, so. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, perfect.
That's 47 seconds.
47 seconds. Okay, let's see if this one will squish out. There, now it's squishing. There we go. Okay, so now we have exactly 1.5 cups of banana. All right, pouring our banana in our measuring cup. Then we are going to take 2 3/4 cups. So there's half, 1 cup, 1.5 cups, 2 cups and a half, and 3/4.
So that's a half cup measuring cup?
Yes, half cup measuring cup. And then my cinnamon. Oops, it's empty. Let's see. Here's my other cinnamon. All right. 2 tablespoons. Oops, and a little bit more. Okay. got the cinnamon. Now, one more here. Oops, missed my cup. Okay, ready?
Yep.
And my sugar right there. See, I just leave my sugar and my flour. I just leave the measuring cups in there and then I'm not washing them. All right, and now we're gonna mix this all up. Now it's gonna be like a biscuit dough. Okay. So now we're just gonna knead this until all that flour is incorporated. Oh my goodness, this smells so delicious. Wow. And the banana is all mixed in. Okay, now this is going to be very sticky. This is how you want it. You want it very sticky, okay? Okay, you want it really, really sticky, just like that. But see how it's kind of formed a dough ball? Okay, now we're gonna go wash our hands. And look at all this beautiful fall. We got a freeze last night, so my flowers are dead, but I still have my fake flowers to enjoy. Okay. Then the next thing you want to do is rinse out your measuring cup. Okay, and then dry your measuring cup because you're going to melt some butter in here, okay? So then I'm going to take a quarter of a stick of butter or margarine, whichever you want. Now, you don't have to do this extra step because we're taking our dough balls and we're going to roll them in butter and that'll grease, but I like to extra grease my pan for recipes like this when they're really sticky so they don't get really stuck. Now, this pan is about probably 60 years old. It was Mom's and then she gave it to me. So it's a family memento?
Heirloom.
Family heirloom. It's a family heirloom. Okay, so we got the family heirloom here. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is ooh. So this is the perfect time for me to show you guys. Look at these cute little containers I got for $1 each at the thrift store. Now this one here is, this one I paid $1 for, but isn't that cute?
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my little corningware. I haven't got to use these yet. They're vintage.
Wow. Very nice.
I'm vintage now. Wow, that really hits you in the gut when you realize you're vintage. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to spray our hands with cooking spray so that our hands aren't all gooey. Now you can just form your balls, but I like my little ice cream scoop because it just works easier, and spray your ice cream scoop, which I forgot. Okay, and then we're gonna roll a little ball, put it in butter. Oops. Oh man, I did all. Okay, so in the middle of all this, my son was calling and we were having a big to-do and I forgot to show you what I was doing. Okay, so I've got my, sugar, and yes, I'm gonna go wash all this when I'm done. And my cinnamon in here. Sorry, it's like chaos and bedlam around here. We got kids running in, my mom's running in. Okay, so then we're gonna mix all this. Okay, then we're gonna take our little dough balls. I dipped it in the butter already, and then we're just going to dip it in our cinnamon and sugar, just like so. And we're gonna place it in our pan, okay? You want them roughly the same, but if they're not exactly the same, don't freak out. It's perfectly fine.
Do they still make little Corningware containers like that?
I don't know, but if they do, I will link them in the description below. I bet they do. If you want more recipes on using baking mix, you can go to livingonadime.com to get this recipe and several others. Also, our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 1 has our homemade baking mix recipe and several different recipes on how to use your homemade baking mix. Baking mix is just so easy. I mean, all it is flour, salt, baking powder, or baking soda, depending on which kind you're using, and a little bit of shortening. That's all it is. Oh, yum. Okay, gonna arrange them just a little bit closer. Put these last three in. Okay, now we're gonna throw this in a 350-degree oven. Oh, that looks delicious. Oops, I dropped a piece of sugar on there. That's all right. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, let's see what this recipe tastes like. I've never made this before. Do I tell you now?
Smells good.
I just gotta use up all these bananas. Is it good?
It is good. Very banana-y. But the cinnamon and the banana together is amazing.
So if it's really banana-y, maybe we could have added an extra half cup of baking mix and it would have been okay?
No, I kind of like it like this.
You like it banana-y?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gluten-free, but what I do is I just taste it and spit it out, so we're gonna see what I think. Let's see. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like a... Hold on. It's like a banana bread muffin biscuit, sort of thingy.
I like how it turned out kind of crunchy on the outside.
Yeah, it's really good with the crunchy on the outside, the soft on the inside. This one's a keeper.